One of pro golf's all-time nicest guys is also one of the most interesting. Most of you know Davis Love III as the kid born the day after his dad led a round of the Masters. Or maybe as the fellow who ended up second 2 years ago when Ben Crenshaw won another green jacket for Harvey Penick. But there's more to this man from Sea Island. No, that wasn't Love behind the wheel, but it could have been.
Well, I went to Frank Hawley's school down in Gainesville and passed the course along with a couple other tour players and one LPGA player, Helen Alfredson, who actually ran the fastest of the group. But we said she was in another weight class is why she was faster than us. But
how fast did you go, Davis?
We were running just under 170. We were running just gas dragsters, but it was plenty fast for first-timers. And you know, I've done that out on an oval, and it doesn't seem quite as fast as starting from zero and getting there in about 7.5, 8 seconds.
Love has actually looked into sponsors for him to drive. There's really only one major roadblock.
I got one stumbling block because my wife doesn't like me in the cars.
I can't figure that out why.
I'd either be in NASCAR or an NHRA, one of the two, and she's happier with me in my pickup truck. Well, growing up in the South, you know, it's hard not to get caught up in racing, and I've been lucky enough to meet some guys from IndyCar and Formula One all the way down to NASCAR and drag racing. So it's fun to watch. It's a great sport. It's a great fan sport, and it certainly teaches you a lot of discipline.
Lots of focus, lots of discipline on the golf course last season. A career best 11 top 10 finishes. But he missed a few starts earlier this season on account of 5 kidney stones.
Well, I think it's the worst pain you can have and recover the fastest. I think, you know, there's a lot of people who get obviously a lot worse things than kidney stones. But for about 3 or 4 days there, I thought it was about the worst thing that could ever happen to you. But now, what I thought was some back problems, turns out it was kidney problems. And so now I feel actually better than I did before. So it was not good timing as far as missing LA and Doral, but it's better timing than missing the Players and the Masters, so it worked out pretty good for me.
Now that he's at 100%, maybe the rest of this year's Masters field shouldn't let Love take off in the fast lane at the National.
Well, I put myself in the top 5, and if I feel confident about it, you know, I'm usually pretty honest about it. The last couple of years I felt a lot more comfortable there, and you know, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not nervous, oh my gosh, I got to get ready for Augusta. Now I'm excited about it. I know if I just go and play golf the way I know how to play, I can win, and that gives you a lot of confidence that you don't have to do something extraordinary and play above what you're capable of to win.
And let us warn you about Davis Love. Don't bring up baseball's Atlanta Braves. He'll talk your ear off.
Let's start with Steve Jones. He's the defending U.S. Open champion. Says he was inspired by a book on Ben Hogan, who came back from a serious car accident. Jones's mishap came on a dirt bike 6 years ago. He had to leave the tour for 3 seasons, mending a mangled finger and a jammed shoulder.
It was about a year or two there. I didn't think I was ever going to play again, but you know, I just waited for my finger to heal, and once it did, I felt like I could play again, and just took a lot of patience, you know.
Earlier this season, Jones won the Phoenix Open by a whopping 11 strokes. A 258 total tied the second lowest 4-round score in tour history. What about winning the U.S. Open? Maybe we should make him the favorite this week.
You know, you try to use anything you can to give yourself confidence and give yourself a boost, maybe a little edge over the field. And definitely, like Nick Faldo, you know, he's got a big edge. He's won a lot of green jackets. So, you know, that's the kind of thinking you got to have. You got to think that you can win and go in there and don't let up.
Australia's Robert Allenby is lucky to be in Augusta this year, too. The 25-year-old had an unexpected vacation from the European Tour last fall.
Well, I had a car accident late last year, I believe September. So, you know, I was out for a few months.
Were you hurt bad?
I broke my sternum,
oh boy,
and which is the bone right in the middle here. So it just broke it, snapped it right at the bottom of it,
wow.
And it's permanently bent now. But that's probably so am I, so that's all right. It goes with me.
And if we were giving out a Tough Luck Comeback Kid Award tonight, it would go out to Dudley Hart of West Palm Beach. He tore wrist ligaments when his club struck a tree root in mid-swing. It put him on the shelf for a while.
Sure, yeah, I had surgery in January of '96, and I was out, didn't touch a club until the beginning of June. So I basically was out about 6 months, and you know, it was tough. It was a scary time because I didn't know how I was going to react when I came back, and I didn't know if my wrist would ever be the same. So you know, I had a lot of crazy things going through my head, but fortunately everything turned out well.
Get this, large doses of Florida Panther hockey helped take his mind off of rehabbing.
Well, the Panthers they kind of got me through all that hockey or excuse me, the wrist problems, because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't play golf, and
You couldn't stay away from a game?
no, I went on the road with them to a few games, and I was kind of a hockey groupie, you might want to say. But
The four-time Florida Gator All-American has a nickname thanks to his volatile temper, Mini Volcano.
well, yeah, I mean, I get mad. I'm not going to deny that. But you know, there's a lot of guys that are worse than I am. But you know, it was just a funny thing. You know, Steve Pate's the Volcano, and then you know, I was a little younger coming out, and they nicknamed me the Mini Volcano. So it just kind of stuck. You know, and I still get upset sometimes. You know, and I constantly work on that. But sometimes it helps me. You know, it depends, I think, what you say to yourself when you do get upset. And if you're telling yourself, you know, negative thoughts and negative things when you get mad, then obviously that's not helping you. But if you're getting mad and kicking yourself in the rear end, saying, "Look, come on, you know, you're better than that. Let's get going," then sometimes it helps me.
Here's hoping Dudley, Allenby, and Jones stay healthy and out of harm's way.